take a look at this. One of our weather producers shot this beautiful video over western North Carolina near Charlotte as the sun peeks through the clouds on the horizon on his flight. You know what? I would do an early morning flight if this was the view I got.
Oh, yeah. And I keep saying it. You got to have a window seat.
Jane, you've changed my ways. I'm always an aisle girl, but I think I got to get a window because this is really, really beautiful. And, you know, not as beautiful everywhere. We've been dealing with some of these pop-up showers, storms throughout the parts of the country right now, and, you know, dealing with a little bit of flooding as well.
Yeah, flooding has been a problem. Chasing the rain with Bayne and Jane, I had to do it.
That was good.
But you take a look here, Highland, Indiana, we had storms that moved through yesterday. We had a late day upgrade to a level 3 out of 4 in southern Indiana, right along the Ohio River Valley, northern Kentucky yesterday because of just the track of the rain. We did get several reports of flooded roads, some water rescues, and we're following a similar trend as we go throughout this afternoon. You take a look at this complex of rain. Now, one difference is as it moved through Iowa, it kicked out a little sooner, and you can actually see it starting to lighten up and to kind of fall apart a little bit back out across the I-80 corridor. We still have had several reports of flooding, though, and Bayne, you found this one, 5.1 inches of rain. Now, this is kind of vague since last Saturday, but we know all of that fell truly
in the past couple of hours,
yeah.
Really. I mean, 5 inches of rainfall in any amount of time. I mean, that's going to do some serious potential damage. You know, a lot of flooding potential there. And we were getting other reports, 3 inches, 4 inches out of these areas. I mean, these systems were moving slow this morning, dropping a ton of rain and, you know, lightning as well on top of this. We saw a lot of hail yesterday, too. And now we still have that potential for that flooding. Heavy rainfall. It's working with a lot of that tropical moisture, which is really helping get those rainfall totals pretty high up there and quick too. I mean, this is happening within a few hours. We were seeing rain rates of what, 2 inches per hour?
At least. Now, the severe risk has been kind of come and go for the last hour or so. We've had a couple flare-ups. This actually, I'm not kidding, like just dropped at the top of the half hour right here. So, but we're still watching this kind of complex of storms moving out of Lafayette on I-65. Looks like it's going to graze maybe the northern suburbs of Indianapolis. Now, we're not out of the woods yet with severe storms. The Storm Prediction Center putting this out about an hour ago, saying that as we head into the late morning, early afternoon, we could potentially see more storms posing a damaging wind threat. So a severe thunderstorm watch could be possible.
Yeah, and that's something we have to watch throughout multiple areas into the Midwest and, you know, Indiana, Illinois, as well as parts of Kentucky. Do have that severe threat for today with this system. And Jane, you pointed this out a little bit earlier, but that storm system, it looks like it's going just to the east, but for the most part, it actually is going to drop a little bit south. It's kind of going on a little bit of a roller coaster ride, really, if we can get it going. Yeah, you can see
and if you look
at
at that storm, you can kind of see the energy trying to push it south. So that's going to complicate things, I think, for spots like Cincinnati and Louisville, where so far today, it's been quiet. You know, our dew point, like you mentioned, we're well up into the 70s at this point. So that energy and that lift is building. So we could see on the southern periphery of those storms this morning, maybe a little more destabilization, which could help increase that severe weather risk.
Oh, definitely. And so those flood alerts, they're for a big chunk of real estate. So a lot of people need to be aware of this, and especially throughout the morning as you're just waking up, trying to get your car ready to go. There's going to be some flooding on some roadways as we end off the weekend. And, you know, one of the other threats with these systems is going to be damaging wind gusts. But again, that flood threat, I think, is at the forefront of a lot of people's minds just because of everything we've seen.
It's been such a hot topic.
Absolutely.
We've been asking our viewers all morning long on our megaphone question. If you've scanned the QR code, thanks for participating. You know, if you've experienced a flood recently, in the past, and if you haven't, does it make you concerned? And a lot of folks saying they've experienced it in the past, or if they haven't, they are worried about that threat.
And I think that's, you know, comes to show, I mean, even in Jersey, we saw a flash flood that came through, and just, you know, a lot of homes were damaged, and it came in fast. And, you know, after Texas, I think it's on the forefront of everyone's mind. And just the power of water is can be really scary, and it only takes a few inches. I mean, these areas that got this rain already today were already saturated. They had rain that came through yesterday, and now just a few inches can do quite a bit of damage. It only takes about, 6 inches to knock you off your feet. And that, also same with moving things out of your yard and stalling out cars on roadways. And there is a lot of available moisture from 93L that was in the Gulf just a few days ago. Now it's trekking up towards the north, all that moisture. And there's a lot of rain potential with this. And look at those dew points. Bowling Green, 76. Oh, it does not feel good there. Sticky hot. This is that fuel that these storms really, really love. And these get them going. It's the juice that gets the storms popping throughout the day. And you can see that on our future track here, moving into Indiana as well as into the northern parts of Kentucky, Illinois as well. Just want to be aware as you move throughout the afternoon today.
Yeah, we'll see how this fares for parts of the Ohio Valley, right? Just be extra alert. There is another area that we are monitoring. It's the Northeast. We had a nice respite from the humidity at the start of this weekend, but boy, is it back. That warm front lifted yesterday. I felt it. You're schwitzing by 10, 15 minutes outside, forget the subway. But we've got a cold front coming in today, and that is going to pose an additional risk for severe weather. I think this is north of the Big Apple, but New York City, be heads up through the Hudson Valley and into parts of New England. So that storm energy, as it builds, you'll see those storms begin to pop up. And any of these storms, not only could they drop a lot of rain, but they could pose a damaging wind risk. Front pushes through at the same time about the sun sets. Once that clears, look at this. I mean, we're starting the week on a very nice note.
It is going to feel amazing. I mean,
comfortable in the morning, but even more comfortable by the afternoon because that dry air fills in behind the front. I mean, Berlin up in New Hampshire, 55 with a dew point of 46. Ooh. Is it July or is it like November?
It looks amazing, whatever it is. It looks great. We'll take the storms if we get some cool down on the back half.